This is the plaintiff, Pamela Nyons. She says she paid the defendant, a so-called custom shoemaker, to make her maroon and white sneakers for a school reunion she was attending. She waited 10 weeks, never got the sneakers, and now that her reunion's passed, she wants a refund of the $275 she paid him. So she's suing. This is the defendant, Marquise Kane. He says COVID caused him huge problems in shipping and things getting stuck in customs. He told her he would get her a comparable shoe. She wasn't interested. Now here they are. He's accused of being too slow.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says that she hired the defendant to make her some custom sneakers. 10 weeks later,
People's Court
no sneakers. But the defendant says it's not his fault. Things are delayed due to COVID and a holdup in customs. It's the case of Jeepers Sneakers.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Nyons, you are suing Kane Custom Z, represented here by Marquis Kane, the owner, for $275 that you paid him to produce some sneakers for you in your school colors, and they never came in time for a reunion. Tell me about this.
So on April 1st of this year, I went online looking to see how I could get some maroon. It wasn't maroon and white, just maroon Air Force gym shoes. I came across his company, and I'm trying to support, companies in my community, if you will. And I saw he had a 504 area code, and I thought I have a connection with New Orleans, so I'll give him a shot. Young man trying to do something good, so I'll give him a shot.
Okay, so hold on one second. So you're in LA. When you say your community,
he is.
He's in LA, and
no, he's in LA.
You are where?
I'm in Inkster, Michigan.
Okay, so what do you mean? When you say your community, you mean Black-owned businesses? Is that what you're trying to say?
Black-owned businesses.
Oh, okay, go on.
Black-owned businesses.
Okay.
Yes. And so I stated to him, I have a reunion July 30th. I want to order a maroon Nike shoe. I told him the shoe because I have a black one. I know I can wear that shoe. And so I told him I wanted the maroon one.
And what was tell me what reunion was this? Tell me about the reunion.
So Inkster High School, Inkster Public Schools no longer exist. All of the buildings are gone. We do not have a district. And so on the grounds of where the high school was from the beginning of time to the last year, this was an all-class reunion. And I just wanted to, represent my school colors because I'm very active in that. Yeah, and so I wanted to wear my maroon and represent. And so, again, I came across his company, and I thought, okay, when I called him April 1st, and he said, thank you for calling and giving me enough time to complete it. He told me 8 to 10 weeks, it would be $275. I said, okay, cool, because I always try to do things well in advance. I didn't hear from him. I thought I would call and check, and I kept calling him, wasn't getting an answer. So finally, when I did speak with him, I kept giving him chance after chance. So finally, I think one of the last conversations, I gave him an opportunity. He showed me, he said he was going to send me some pictures to try to choose something comparable after he told me his company does not do refunds. I said, so you mean to tell me I give you $275 and I get nothing for that? And so he said what he can do is give me a shoe comparable. I said, let me see it. He sent me 2 pictures after me harassing him for 3 days to get these pictures. And then I chose a maroon one. And I said, so how long do I have to wait for that? He said, September. So I still hadn't heard anything. So I'm just like, I shouldn't have to wait this long for, a shoe. The reunion was July 30th.
So clearly you didn't have the shoes for the reunion. And is there anything on his website that says shipping should be within X to X weeks or anything like that?
No, and I know you're going to say...
his store policy. Let's see.
Forget it. Right.
Please allow up to 1 to 20 weeks To process
That's
and
new. He changed his whole website, Instagram and Facebook.
What's going on? Let me hear from you, Mr. Kane. What's going on?
Our process has always been a long time. Even and it also even states that our volumes could change due to them being custom sneakers, and it's not something that just is manufactured. So our process is we let our customers know on our Instagram or all of our social medias that our processing times is due to change at any given time, especially if we do get rush orders, a high volume of rush orders.
Right, but this wasn't a rush order.
Viral.
She placed her order on April 1st, and she wanted it at the end of July.
Exactly.
But more importantly, has she received any sneakers?
Within the last past, I would say about from the beginning of this month, when we spoke to Mrs. Neon's, we had an agreement that she was going to get a replacement sneaker. And when we agreed upon that, we went and, customized her sneaker. And
well, you had already customized the other one. That didn't get us anywhere. What had you done with how far along in the process were you on the original sneaker she ordered? You had done what? Placed an order and somebody else manufactures it where? China? Where does it get manufactured?
We have a few different suppliers, actually all around the world, like Nike suppliers.
So who had you? I guess that's what I'm wondering. So when you say Nike, you take the base of a Nike shoe.
Yeah, we take a Nike. Yes.
And does Nike? You have a license from Nike to do that?
We do. We do have a retail license
from Nike to use their product and resell their product. Nah, maybe not so much. So, how long does she have to give you? I understand the supply chain in the world has been slowed down tremendously by COVID, and it takes forever to get anything. I get it. But how long is forever? Can you just take people's money and never give them anything and say, well, we're still in the middle of forever? At what point is it long enough for sneakers? I have an order for a sofa. It's been 6 months. It's furniture. I don't like having to keep waiting, and I don't think I'm gonna. But then if I turn around and order from somewhere else, it'll be another 6 months. So I'm just, thank you, sir. May I have another? When we're talking about sneakers, how long is it long enough? Maybe July, but even according to your website, which she says you've recently changed, if it's 20 weeks, it's been more than 20 weeks anyway. But I just don't get it. Do you have her shoe?
Oh, her shoes are ready to be shipped as of now, but we haven't.
Give me something. Right now, prove something. Prove something that they're ready.
We'll have to go into our office space to show her the custom work that we did do for her order.
What custom work? Stop. Who's we? Who did custom work for that order? And why wasn't custom work done for the other order?
Well, I had to let her know, Mrs. Nyans, that we were having problems with our supplier receiving our supplier. All of our products, it wasn't just her. It wasn't just her order. We have over 20 to 30, products, shoes for different people's orders that's getting held at customs because of this.
Do you have proof that her shoe is being held at customs? Do you have proof that her shoes have been manufactured?
Manufactured?
Yeah.
As far as me customizing
them? As far as they've been built, do you have any proof they've been built, the shoes?
Are you asking me my Nike factory?
I don't know how I can make my question any clearer. Prove to me that the first thing has been done in fulfilling her order. Just prove to me that other than you filling out something for another company to do, prove what that company's done. Prove to me that something's been done.
So would you like conversation between me and my supplier?
No, I would have liked for you to have gotten an affidavit from your supplier, a picture of the shoe, proof that it's in customs, something. Because right now, all I've got is almost 6 months, $275 in your pocket, and you have looked at her and said, that's basically all I have here. Return the lady's money. 6 months is enough for sneakers. Verdict for the plaintiff, $275.
So the plaintiff prevails. She's going to get her money back finally from Mr. Kane. Mr. Kane, let me ask you, explain to me, do you just take a Nike shoe and remake it? Is that what you actually do?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? Nike know about that? They do.
I mean, Nike knows a lot about the shoe customizing industry.
All right. Well, listen, you got to give her money back. You can't expect her to wait forever. Okay? All right, let's talk to Ms. Nyan. Ms. Nyan, you're a very patient person.
Yes, I'm very happy. But I do want to say this. I don't wish him any ill anything. I hope that he succeeds, but he has to know if you take money from someone for a product, if you cannot deliver it, communicate with them and let them know that either you're going to refund, if you believe in what you do, refund the money or give them the product. You can't just keep people chasing after you, trying to contact you and things of that nature. You have to communicate.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Everybody agrees with you. Congratulations, Ms. Nyan.
Well, Doug, you know, a situation like this, COVID may be a factor, but at a point it's not. And here we're talking 6 months. So out of excuses, the defendant has no justification, even with COVID, and that's why he lost.
Judge John, what is your favorite quote that Judge Milian uses? I know it's hard to pick one because she has so many. Also, I am so happy to report I was finally able to tell a company that sounds like a you problem, not a me problem.
There are a zillion quotes to choose from, of course, but the one in Spanish that jumps into my head all the time because you've used it so effectively against our children when necessary is probably "Donde tú vas, ya fui, me senté, tomé una sola y regresé."
Which my mother used to say to me all the time.
Right, and it's your way of saying, don't even try to go there. I know exactly where you're going. I'm already ahead of you.
Where you're going, I have been to, I've sat down, I've had a soda, and I've returned.
Literally, yeah, the literal translation. So that was very effective in our household. And then in English, I'm going to go with one that I think you got from me because you heard me say it to a jury in a closing argument.
Oh, yeah, when I was watching you and I've taken it as my own.
I was trying to tell the jury not to believe this guy who had testified as a defense witness. And I explained a bunch of reasons why you shouldn't believe him. And I said, come on now, you wouldn't believe this guy if his tongue was notarized.
That's how I fell in love with you, because it was a really good argument. And I was a state prosecutor, you were a federal prosecutor. And I was like, I like that.
That's all it took, really?
That's all it took.
How about that?